And listen, people, designate Russia as a state sponsor of terror. Immediately prosecute Putin for war crimes.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hello and happy Monday. Yes, we are clearly outside. There's a little bit of a sprinkle in the air. It's actually lightened up a lot in the last 30 minutes, of course, because in DC the weather changes quite often. Yeah, just came on here to check in. New week. Also trying not to get hit by cars. But no, it's actually like really warm here today. It's like, I think the high is 80. Yes. On Monday, March 7th, the high in Washington, D.C. is 80 degrees. It's wild. What else? Busy week, of course, with work. Yeah, we'll get through it like we always do. I did just come from getting my eyebrows done. Hallelujah. That's why I look a little crazy right now, too. Look how cute this house is. I do love me a good pop of color. So those plants just were so striking. So yeah, it's completely stopped raining now. So yeah, I gotta take time and prioritize, getting those maintenance things done. I still haven't gone back to a nail salon in 2 years this month, which is so wild for me. But I might go back at the end of this month, we'll see. But definitely have to keep up the grooming, if you know what I mean. You can see how red my face is. This is not a cute look. I'll check in later. It is Tuesday afternoon already, just like that. And if I'm being honest, it has been quite the day. I don't know, I've just been feeling off since the weekend. Yeah, really since like Sunday evening, I'm feeling off. Just a busy day. I had so many calls today. Literally, I couldn't even barely squeeze in lunch because it was just like back to back. And I know people do it. They'll eat and talk on work calls. I don't want to be that person. I do firmly believe, I don't take a lunch break, but you should avoid calls between like 12 and 1. Just basic decency. And if it's not possible to avoid, then, you do what you have to do, go on mute or whatever. But yeah, I hate when I can hear people chewing in my ear on a call. And yeah, I feel like it's becoming more acceptable in these COVID times. But I understand everybody's doing their best. Yeah. That's about it. A lot of things gonna be happening, but I think these few weeks have been more of just like a reprieve, sort of. And just taking it one day at a time. My coworker I just got off the phone with, he says, you sound kind of ragged. Which I was like, great word. Absolutely fits how I feel right now. But tomorrow's a new day. Just got to keep after it. I didn't work out today. That also I know is probably what I need to do in the morning and prioritize. this household, Wednesdays are for watering. My plant babies, of course. I have a few around the place. Not all of them get watered on Wednesdays, just a few that I have on certain schedules. And not every week, too. But Wednesdays are a good midweek day to just check on them, make sure they're hydrated like I do myself, you know. Gotta stay hydrated. So that's just one weekly routine I have for my plants. Yes, it is Wednesday. I feel like this day has flown by. Of course, it's already the afternoon, 4:15. But it's been a day, but a productive day. Lots going on as usual. I haven't really been outside the apartment vlogging, except for Monday. We did get outside a little bit, but it is gloomy here today. Rain in the forecast, even some snow potentially for Saturday, I think, which is no bueno. But yeah, just wanted to come on here, check in as I shake the table, literally. It's the 9th, right? Yeah, it's the 9th, so 9 days into the new month, and I don't know why, but I still feel like I'm just at the first of the month. Like I'm just getting into my, like, I know I started reflecting on my goals or what I've achieved last month. I started earlier, but for some reason I still can't, and my boss is calling me. Please hold. Gotta love those phone calls, right? I swear. It's always something, but it was an easy answer. That's the best, when it's like an easy answer and it's not like this drawn out, you know, fire to put out, I guess. Yeah, been having some conversations with some people about just things that could be coming down the pipeline, and it feels good, you know, just to share like what's going on, or you know, getting advice too, because everybody, it's amazing when you find out how many people can relate to your situation just by sharing, you know. It's always fascinated me. That's always fascinated me, because you never know. Everybody has their own path that they're walking on, and what they're going through, and you could be going through the same thing or going through something similar that they have been through. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got. I know. I was saying it's been kind of slow these days, but it's just because of things that are gonna be coming, and I'm looking forward to sharing. I really am putting in the effort and the work now to build up to, you know, what's to come. I just had a thought, because I'm usually not, I love the fall. Like I love the fall. That's my favorite season, hands down. But for some reason earlier this year, like in January, I was getting excited for summer. And I think I know why now, subconsciously, or maybe the universe just putting it in my mind that summer is going to be all about my business idea. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I can already sort of, when I close my eyes, I can envision how it looks, and the people around me being, you know, supportive and encouraging, and I see it. And I'm like, maybe that's why I've been so excited for summer, because usually in DC, summer is disgusting, and I just don't look forward to it. But I'm really looking forward to summer. Even just the end of this month with cherry blossom and springtime weather, but I am looking forward to getting into summer. And morning, that's right, look who pulled it together this morning. Happy Thursday. I'm just living for the weekend these days, truly. So I am happy it's Thursday. Been getting a lot of good sleep, which always feels good to me, feels right with my body. Sleeping, like, I'm talking 9-10 hours, and can keep sleeping. It's wild. So, and I look like it, obviously. All natural, you know? So, Busy day with calls this morning, of course, but we'll get through it. We always do. Looking forward to connecting with some friends of the industry. Just, again, connecting and talking to people about what they're up to, what's going on, what they're working on. So I'm looking forward to that as well.
On point five. Once again, Tip. You're on point five. Once again, Tip. You're on point five. Once again, Tip.
We are giving straight from the gym realness this morning. Yes, it's a must. Had to get up, get it in gear. Your girl has been slacking. What's helpful for me is to track and weigh myself weekly. And I just kind of look back on what was going on in the month of February and also to where I am now. And it's just been a lot of distractions, a lot of making excuses on my part. I definitely hold myself accountable, but I'm like, this ain't it. We need to change the order, change where this is headed. So it just takes that, like, talking to yourself, holding yourself accountable, and it doesn't get any easier. I know I haven't, and that's another thing, I haven't even been talking about my weight loss journey, even though I know in January I was talking about how I'm on a weight loss journey. So my bad, because clearly I've lost focus, which happens, it does, but you have to admit it, embrace it, and make changes. I have lost a substantial amount of weight before. In high school, I lost 90 pounds from freshman year to senior year. So obviously a big change at already, pivotal, chaotic time in one's life. But it was for the better. So this has been, now I haven't even done the math before, but I guess 20 years. Yeah, 13, 14. So yeah, that just hit me. I have been actively either watching my weight, losing weight, or gaining weight, usually all in the same period, for 20 years. And again, I know I'm not alone. But it's those milestones that hit you and you're like, wait a minute. But that is what drove me to get up and get my workout in this morning was, February 11th is when as I've been tracking my weight, is when it started creeping up again. And I'm just at a point where I'm done. Like, I despise seeing the scale go up at this point. Like, it really makes me mad, frustrated, pissed off. So I'm like, wow, so it's been a whole 4 weeks, right? A whole 4 weeks, and this is something that's important to you. Clearly we're not focused. Clearly, like you can't. I'm a numbers person. I'm data driven, and that's why for a long time in my late 20s, I wasn't weighing myself. I was like, I don't need that negative energy in my life. I don't need to see that. But since the pandemic, yeah, because I was like everybody else, inside, quarantine 15, and I was like, let me at least just track and see, just to make sure I'm tracking. And I also read, it's data gathering, which again, I love data. So that resonated with me. And also I started thinking of it in terms of a bank account. You can't look at your bank account at the end of the month and wonder what happened to your money if you're not checking it regularly. That doesn't make any sense. And so when I put it in terms of like something that's more relatable and digestible, that made sense to me, because while being on a weight loss journey, I also have been on a financial wealth, health journey as well. And so once I really put it in that context, because I would say I've seen more consistent progress on my financial journey than I have recently on my weight loss journey. And that's because on my financial journey, I was tracking my spending. I am tracking my spending regularly, daily. I check my balances. I check, I make sure my incomes are what they are supposed to be. I measure it closely, and that's what is key for the weight loss journey. And so I think I mentioned this either last week or a week before last, but tracking my workouts. That's another thing. I've been tracking my weight and focused on that, but tracking my workouts as well. That's important. And that's right. We are getting 2 workouts in today. Can you tell how pissed off I was with the scale this morning? Oh, it's okay. It's how you move forward, Make corrections and adjustments. Don't let yourself stay down. Get into this glow, the sun kiss right now. This is so lovely. Oh, I could just soak it up. Anyway, that's it for the week. I'm gonna end the vlog here. My walking buddy has decided to join me. Happy Friday. Catch you next week.